Hey folks, Squilly13 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. We are Bulgaria, and we are saving the Common Terms day here. Finally, that has been dealt with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell all my troops that they are now part of this battle plan, but I'm going to make sure that at least one of these guys is still walking through here to officially take it, although it's possible that some of the Soviets are still trying to walk in here to take it, but we just have to make sure we don't just randomly leave it there unclaimed, which would be bad. Otherwise, we've got our troops moving to the front. Maybe what I'll do is I'll stop the battle plan being active. We'll give our troops time to get there. I'll go and spend, and we'll staff the planning office again for some rapid planning bonus, although not everyone's going to be getting that right now, but it's still going to be okay. Planes are over here. That's still the best place where we can have the planes, although we want to be operating over Afghanistan airspace now, because that's actually where the fighting's going to be taking place, either offensively over here, well, like I said, pretty much everywhere. Not going to be much defensive fighting. We've got you positioned over here, although we're blocked in. We can't actually get through the strait at this time. Still worried about what the Allies are going to do, and still worried about the fact that the Soviets are just losing everything in the east. But maybe they'll be able to fix a lot of their troop positioning over here. Manpower situation's okay, so presumably the garrison actions are tolerable at this time. Wait, what? That's not correct. Where? Not showing me everything. Is it scrolled weirdly? Let me just queue up a building here. Because it's not showing us the consumer goods. I think it's just, it's not scrolled in the right position. But mouse wheeling's not doing anything. I mean, a saver and a reload should fix it. I mean, we're not getting a warning that nothing's being constructed. Almost certainly there's tons of repairs happening. Yeah, so I'm kind of okay with this. I might still go and queue a few more civilian factories at the end of our list over here. And then, yeah, we'll be able to see that. But it's tons of just repair jobs of the infrastructure that's currently in there. All right, troops are now moving into position. We're going to wait for some planning bonus. I mean, they're a little bit low on supply as well, but there's not too much I can do about that. Unless, what I'd like to do is put the infrastructure repair jobs over here, higher up in the priority list, but apparently that is not something that I can actually interact with at this time. I don't know if there's a way to filter and show things on and off, like you can with the military. Yeah, I don't know. Western Balkans, naval invasion, they keep threatening that. We do have some other people helping out here, which is good. So what I'm going to do then with you is, instead of doing garrison, I'm going to give you a... well, actually, I guess I will give you the area defense after all. And I'll just leave everything on, because you'll guard the coast as well, instead of just the port. I wanted to make sure to have critical mass in the port, but now the whole coast is going to be useful. Alright, troops over here are getting in position. Planning bonus is starting. Let's bring the speed up one notch over here. Maybe two, because the movement over here is so bad. Such bad movement rate. And yeah, they've had to spread out their front a little bit. Now, I could have maybe pushed in more before they reestablished themselves, but it was going to be tough because we did really have to get more people into position. Just happening a little bit. They're getting a little, I think they're balking here because of the supply limit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play with what we've got, and I'm going to... You can only attack here, so you may as well, but at least you're going to be 3 strong. You're going to attack here, and I was going to say make sure things are supported, which is happening. Just support this, and you just halt, although you might start right away. Let me bring you down to standard battle plan execution instead. If we had some units over here, we might be able to actually cut off a little bit. Okay, good. We're moving forward. Well, here's the thing. These guys move forward. You can just halt, because they're already moving into this, which is going to be great. And actually, if they can sort of keep punching along here, that might be nice. I'm also going to get you to halt, because you're going to hold here, be ready to attack here, and then get supported, actually, probably by these guys. Yeah, move here, and then do this. You might not be needed. Move here, and then we'll figure out what happens next. Okay. Jet engine tech is done. We don't really do rocket artillery. Fuel situation is fine for now. Go with that. And you're pushing in here just fine. What I'll probably do is grab one of you. But you're not even moving. A couple of you are moving. I'm going to get you and encourage you to do something like that. And the one who's not moving, I'm going to get you to come through here and just go and clean that up. Make our front a little bit more manageable. You're doing that, which is good and groovy. We did take Herat, which is good. Pushing over here with some success, which is nice to see. And what I could do with a bunch of these is I could just, like, here, I'm going to right-click on Cobble. With all you guys who are hesitating to move because of supply. I mean, hopefully we'll, you know, as we move forward, things might improve a little bit, or at least follow behind, or at a certain point, just push because the supply situation maybe won't get better. And then the only thing we can really do is push non-stop so that we can just end it as quickly as possible before the lack of supply really, truly just ends our game. You're here. I might be able to push through here. I know it's across the river and it's only the one, but you have to remember my divisions are very heavy division. One of my divisions should basically beat any of theirs. The difference is they should just have way more divisions than I do. Go, and then you're going to take Kandahar. That's great, and then you're going to walk up to Kabul that way. I think Afghanistan should fall pretty quickly. I don't know why people have had such a hard time invading Afghanistan in the past. It seems really easy, you guys. Super heavy tank done. What we want to do is get you to have the tank destroyer variant, which is only going to take 27 days, and then we're going to start producing a bunch of those. Heavy industry is done. I don't think the carry revolution abroad was terribly useful, right? It's like it threatens to sort of flip some countries and things like that. Democracies, we're not really going to be fighting democracies. We're going to be fighting fascist ones. We've got some things to run over here. I might do a little bit of this. Some coastal defense might be useful. Some of the ship construction boosts might also prove to be valuable, especially fairly soon. I'm just going to get you to finish this off, and yeah, otherwise, rush up to Kabul, please. There you go. You've purged that, which is great. And really, at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everyone, I'm going to shift-click everyone to Kabul. Whatever you're doing, or if you weren't doing anything, just start moving. We're going to YOLO our way over there. I'm not too worried about becoming overextended anywhere. Eastern Siberia, Western Balkans. Hopefully that's still fine. Not actually an invasion at this second, but probably soon. Oops. It's not something I want to hit at all, definitely. Kabal's about to go. I'm going to take one of you and just do this. And do this as well. And Kabal's gone regardless of what else we do. Done, done, done. That might be it. It might take a tick to register. There you go. Done. There's a little bit of a thing over here, but I believe the Soviets should be able to handle it. So, if we look at diplomacy to see, like, where my fronts are now, like, maybe I could help over here. I guess we sort of have to. We have to assume... Like, I think it's... Because I don't think we can fight on the west over here. If it were to start, I think we're... Like, our troops can't hold it. Although we might be able to collapse and just hold our base terrain. What's the... what are we looking at for area supply? Yeah, they're already oversupply. Not over here, but that's not really a front. Here, they're oversupply. So yeah, me throwing in troops isn't going to make the situation better. Because my troops are probably better, but no matter what, we're still not going to have any supply over there. So that's just going to have to be the way it's going to have to be. So, alright, I guess I will bring my troops home. Do this. Halt wherever you were going. And now your thing is, you're going to do this. And yeah, we'll split. Maybe not a completely even split. And control click over here. So we're going to have some troops here and some troops on the other side. I mean, it's not even enough to hold the entire front. This might be where we'd benefit from having smaller divisions. Well, that's what I do. I ignore the big front. I kind of like that idea. We're going to ignore the big front because we don't have enough troops to hold it all anyway. And maybe what we do is we prepare to just clean up this area. Is quote-unquote Ukraine. Quote-unquote Ukraine is part of the Allies as well, and they do have a good number of troops there. But if we just close the noose on what's left of Romania here, and then clean this up, I mean, we do have to have a presence here. But we need to keep our core territory here alive is the problem. God. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. We're going to fend off another landing over here. I think we're going to pull some of the troops off of the Romanian front and move them to hold some of these other bits over here. I'm hoping the Soviets are going to be able to free up a lot more troops and move them around. And also hoping they're, you know, helping fight some of this over here too. We've got some resistance that is happening. We do have enough troops and everything for all the resistance. I mean, we could go with local police force just because it helps to bring down the actual resistance a little bit faster. No, I don't know. It's okay. My spies... I only have 5 here? You're all rebel busting, which is okay-ish, but I'm gonna get an intel advantage over there. Here. Yeah, we've got to we got to build up some knowledge here. Okay, and start running some operations again. Pull all our troops out of there, which has to be Western Balkans. You're holding there. Okay. The thing actually is with this unit here, we could do this. Because there'll still be someone on this port, which is going to count for something. Not much, but something. And then, see, the thing is, we got all these units here. I mean, we won't activate the go plan on that. Alright, super heavy tank destroyer. Good. We want to start producing this and be ready to put it in. So we're going to go to production over here. Go to the armored vehicles. Super heavy tank destroyer here. Mark 1, yes. If we have some XP, and we do, mostly we're here to just add as much armor, and then we'll counter with some reliability, because we don't want them to go. But they just have to be as tough as possible, not get pierced. The speed's not really going to matter, because you're going to be walking on infantry speed. We'll go and spend some amount of points for that, which is going to be lovely. And we are going to get quite a few lines started, because we do need to accrue some stuff. Pull back on the artillery a bit. And pull back on some of the infantry equipment. We don't have necessarily everyone upgraded. And the planes... Oh, we actually... Well, we do... We basically just want more fighters. I have to start deploying these fighters. Now that we're going to be playing in an area with a little bit more air presence, it's going to be okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this fighter pack back home. Go here. And operate in the Greek area. And then over here, I'm going to make a new pack of fighters. This is, like, stupid display. Did I not name my fighter 3 with, like... Did I not do the dot thing? So it'd be at the top? I don't remember. Did I not do that with the fighters? Oh, I guess they're sorted by the actual type first. Okay. Well, a couple hundred. Fighter 3s deploying here. Airspeed interception in Eastern Balkans, and then in the Western Balkans we will deploy some more. And again, like, it's a silly interface because all I want is like a wing of 200 fighters, and I mean I want them to be best, but that's the way it works, right? So, like, I can move one over and then I can just go and set this to like 200, and it'll just use the 200 best fighters I've got. Boom, and then you're going to be in the Western Balkans. And we might deploy some more. We'll see. We've got a research slot available there because this just finished. We can start working on our jet fighter technology, which we will. I don't know if we have the material to produce them en masse. I don't remember what they use versus other things. They might not need rubber, which might be interesting. Recon companies. Okay, these are all done up. Maybe. Yeah, if we're going to do anything, it's going to be trade interdiction. which some of these... Do any of these actually help protect my own convoys? Oh, there we go. Destroyer detection, escort efficiency. It's carrier efficiency. I don't know. Convoy, escorts, extra convoys. Yes, that's all good. And we do still get some submarine operations. And then that becomes carrier stuff, though. About battleships. Like, none of these really make a tremendous amount of sense for us. We still get carrier tech over here. Yeah, unless we really are going mass subs, which at some point maybe, but not now. Honestly, base strike? Because it's got a dedicated sort of convoy line, and then it still has a subline, I think I'm just going to do this. Even though, like, a bunch of it is carrier-focused. I don't know. It's probably dumb, but without spending, you know, 1,000 years me, like, double-checking everything, I think we'll just do that. We never go down that branch. Mostly because it's probably not as good. Signal company done. Okay. With all the extraction, right now we're still good on oil. I mean, we're going to want some of this later on. That's going to be okay. That's not so useful. I mean, nukes were pretty far away, although maybe we can start working strategic bombers. And actually, maybe we will be able to do some nuking stuff by the end here. You know, that's what I'm starting to think. Okay, Western Balkans. Dangerous naval... Okay. Weird that the UI changed itself there. It moved around and put Siberia. Anyway, dangerous invasion. Luckily, we still have lots of assistance in the port itself, which is likely where they're focusing. Building sabotaged is annoying. I still don't have this, but I'm going to keep going to the end of the video without doing a restart. I don't think I'm running any UI mods. Maybe I am. I might be running like a 1080p display. Maybe that's what's screwing something up. It's like an anti-air. Like, I would feel very fine declaring this, but this would bring in the rest of the allies. I don't know when things change, though. Let's work our way down the strategic bomber route. And we can look at maybe the jet ones. I don't understand why you don't have more of a presence in my territory. I mean, we have like terrain access with each other, right? God, the Allies have so many troops in these areas. Right, you're in position over there, which is fine. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the mountain division into this, because these are all hills and mountains, right? Yeah, okay. I like that. And then they're feeling very confident, my generals, that they will be able to just plow through this virtually instantly. I think it's time for us to start training some more divisions. What do we start to run short on? Artillery. Okay, let's train these. Which makes sense. We've got so much infantry equipment in the storage, although, again, a lot of it might be obsolete. We do need to start accruing these, which will be the next shortage point. Although we don't need as many of these tank destroyers as artillery, but there needs to be such catch-up. How's our actual trade situation? Yeah, no real deficit. We've got tons of aluminum left over as well. Theoretically, some's being traded for. Probably have tons of infrastructure repair happening in there, between the fighting and whatnot. Something we'll probably want before the war breaks out is a bunch of radar coverage on some of these fronts. I might focus actually on just getting maxed out radar coverage in our somewhat more core territory over here, because we don't know if we're going to hold this or not. Oh, there we go. Let's just refresh itself. Probably because it's long enough for a scroll bar to reappear. That's what did it. There's actually not as much supply repair going on as expected, which is interesting. I'm just checking the supply in various areas. We've got lots available everywhere, which is nice to see. So I'm not feeling the need to add a ton of infrastructure at this time to support troops. I mean, more is always handy, but it's all right. What I'm mostly wondering about, actually, is throwing down some anti-air, especially maybe max out the capital a little bit, and then a tiny little smattering sort of in some of the areas surrounding it, especially once we got the radar down. I'll put the repairs up top. That's going to be okay. Actually, do the civilian factories first. That's going to be fine. Something like that. Okay. More things are being sabotaged. Boom, done. I don't have a Prince of Terror, do I? I don't see one. What are you? Hello. Democracy support. I mean, it's probably manageable. It would be nice to get the stability. I really want to play Bulgaria again. I'm going to play Bulgaria on my own, like, at least 2 different ways. Because I want to do the democratic route. I want to go, like, a full, like, monarchist route. I mean, I suppose maybe I'll have to play it 3 extra ways and do a fascist route at some point. Although there's more of one of those, which is interesting. There's still the idea of if we directly beeline through the politics stuff to make our own faction earlier, and, like, it would mean ignoring all the industry, which hurts my heart to think about, but may in fact be more correct. That is a lot of troops over here. If we ended up doing convoy, the thing is, we don't see mines here, but I think it is mine. Yeah, our allies have laid a bunch of mines. I wonder if we would have info about enemies, but it might mean that they can't really get support over here, supplies. So they might start to starve out surprisingly quickly. In terms of my navy, which I haven't looked at for some time here, I was going to say, yeah, we've got a few of these around. These are more destroyers. Because this is just set to automatically filter that. It's weird that they're separate. At some point, submarine production will definitely have to kick in, but we are going to start going down the ship design branch over here. I mean, it's going to be a little late, maybe, to the party, but we're just going to come out of the box with, like, the top-tier ships. I mean, we still have a lot of tech to go through, but I think there's a lot of tech boost to be got in there, and we can start to go off. Although, until we take control of this freight over here, there's not really much we can consider. Which is partially why I'm thinking after we, like, quickly stomp through here. Let me keep a play on here in case it does start. We're probably going to want to jump on them immediately. Unless, you know, it might be worthwhile. Okay, first of all, you do have a leader. Infantry expert, division attack. Yes, please. Thank you very much. How about you? Ooh, you do have some more. I do like unlocking new tactics, which is really useful. We'll grab this. And you over here still don't have, because it's cavalry and combined arms, which is no good. Okay. Free military factories again. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add more tank stuff in the queue. We are going to run a little low on chromium, but it's good that we produce so much of it. But for now, we're okay. There was something else I was going to do, and I can't remember. I don't know. But yeah, I think pushing in here quickly is going to be good. Oh, it's causing me to break an non-aggression pact and lose stability. Interesting. Maybe that's why this hasn't gone. Netherlands, British Malaya. Okay. That might be why they haven't actually decked me. Now, the thing is our situation going to get better if we wait longer? Well, I mean, for us, we are going to be able to deploy more units, which is going to be okay. I'm actually going to add some more here. As they start training. Actually, I'll add a few more. I realize we've got a shortage of some things, but I want them to be ready to go, and that's going to be fine. Submarine production, submarine model tech, which is going to be good. I can't do this. Oh, I need Edirne or Istanbul. Okay, that's fine. Dockyards, no. I think we need the tech boost first, and some of the submarine stuff will be interesting. And yeah, we're running out of some things to research, so it really is just going to become a shit ton of ship research. Maybe now I'm like a little bit... Do I actually want to go down the base strike doctrine. Honestly. Still battleships, battle cruisers. It's so weird. This does have much better subs, though. F it. You know what? I changed my mind. We're wasting a little bit of research. But it's not the end of the world. How do I do it? Do I just click here? Yeah, okay, there we go. Click there. Change our minds. Alright, yeah, we lost some times, but that's going to be okay. Thank you very much for the artillery, Ginga. That is much appreciated. Canada has capitulated. Maybe we do have to open a front with the Allies. Oh, shit. I'm going to fabricate things over here to get it started that way. Thank you for lots of Lend-Lease. That's very appreciated. Yeah, I guess because they know I have a shortage. I forgot. Now that I've done this, I've generated a shortage, and then they're like, oh, well, let us help you. 30 days. I mean, these things won't be ready. I mean, I might be able to dump some out. They won't have a lot of XP. The problem is, I mean, we're still going to lose tons of territory over here very quickly. And the Soviets are still just scattered all over. Not committed to any kind of front. They're just doing a ton of area defense. Why? Why? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about whether or not to trigger the war over here. It might not make any sense. Especially without us also covering... I don't think it can make sense without us having just more troops to hold a front. You know? Yeah, it probably doesn't. Let me color code you for a sec. Let me drop a few into here. Make a new army. Join you over here. Do this. I mean, these guys will have to be merged into one front afterwards. Okay. That might bring us a little too short on manpower. There you go. 55 in the bank. It'll still grow. It'll drop once we start. But yeah, that's probably more like it. We'll get this ready so it can go anytime. Yeah, we'll get it ready so we can go anytime. But I don't think we will until we've got more divisions, because we've got to be able to hold a bigger front. We don't need any more propaganda, thank you very much. I don't need, where's propaganda? It goes right over here. I don't need any of that ever. I don't care. We've got a little bit of manpower, which is nice. Ciphers can be worked towards. It's not a bad idea. Let's do it. And then we want people with little gun icons, you and you, for example. And do it. Now, I don't know if that's is Romanian territory or Romanian troops specifically. Because, I mean, I guess the real thing is the British Empire is really what we want to get the cipher with. Because they have the most troops. Oh yes, death to fascists. Uh-huh. Yeah, we can get an aircraft designer finally, which would also be nice. Be nice to maybe improve working conditions again for some stability, but I think we'll have to go with what we've got. And yeah, we're not going to declare war immediately when we get the war justification. Western Balkans landing is threatening again. I probably don't want to exercise you because you might run out. Okay, Canada stuff, that's fine. I don't think we need the higher level radar tech yet. These we don't need quite yet. Yeah, I'll get it because it's cheap anyway. We do need the actual air design, and the ship designs are things we're working towards. Some token British troops, or Soviet troops here, although they will get pushed back probably. I could add some extra one of my troops over here, but I think I still like the idea of just pushing here as much as we possibly can. Buildings are still being sabotaged, which is annoying, although I don't think it's been as bad. Let's get the factories back up to the top. Repair them first, please. Yeah, manpower is stable. I like that okay. Yeah, it'd be nice if these things were fully trained before we sent them out. I do have a few things that hurt our training speed, which is unfortunate. I should have started that training a little sooner. I didn't think we would need, you know, maybe overestimated how much manpower I would need to save up versus how much we, you know, and equipment we had sitting around. We do have a dire shortage of artillery again, which isn't really a surprise. But it's going to have to be okay. Well, what might happen? What is the tank width? Is it 2 or 3? Well, I guess it's 2 because of this. So we would just pull out infantry over here. Because I was wondering about artillery. I suppose what I could do is I could pull out artillery, put in 1 infantry back in, and a tank destroyer. Or anti-tank, like this. I mean, we don't have any of those, which you know about. That's fine. This will fix our infantry. Anti-tank's fine. Is this a bit more piercing? What we need to know, actually, is how much armor the divisions we're going to be fighting have. And I don't know if we can find that out. Well, none of these are going to have a lot of armor. Because I'm actually not even seeing tanks and stuff. I mean, we can check the intel screen, but really we'd want to check the intel screen for the British Empire, probably. And yeah, we don't have enough to have any idea about their setup, but we are working towards it. So yeah, I don't know if we have to add the anti-tank. Now, speaking of, our production line for anti-tank is there. Let me bring this down. Bring you up. Support equipment's good. We might be able to trim this back, but this can start to go surprisingly quickly as well. I think we'll leave it like this. We're slightly short on motorized. Although we're making... Oh, no, only 3 there. Oh, I guess it was... When I was mousing over here, it was giving me a bit of a preview. Okay. Change my mind on all of that. Okay, let's do this. Alright, that's our justification done, but... do we actually start now? I think the answer has to be no. I think we have to wait for these guys to come out. We'll try to give them as much opportunity to get some training done as possible. Oh, the shortage of artillery, a lot of the shortage of artillery is in these new units over here. What I could consider doing is popping these out, because at least they've got everything they need. I don't know if they train faster in the field or in here. But I don't need them to actually be physically present yet, so we're going to wait. Oh, wait. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cut in here. Yeah, see, there's a lot of fascist allied troops over here. A lot of them are pretty thin colonial divisions, though. So it's not quite as bad as it looks. And I never needed to fabricate. Well, because I could join... Here's the thing. I can join through here. But I was sort of hoping is maybe there would still be a bit of a limited engagement. I suspect if I declare here, the allies will declare on me properly. But there's always a chance that I hit declare here, and we take out Romania without the allies truly jumping in. That seems kind of unlikely, but it's possible. Anyway, folks, thanks a lot for watching. I'm going to see you next time. Bye-bye.